Today I wanted to use this podcast of raw opinions to talk about a franchise I like a lot and my opinions on it. So welcome to this new episode, a bit special. I don't know if it will be long because I forgot to record it, to be honest. We're like 10 minutes, no, I'm kidding, but we're like 2 hours away from publishing it in my 50-degree room. I need to also record the one for next week, so I don't know how long this one will be. Maybe shorter, maybe it will be a special episode, I don't care. Just to say that I honestly think that there's a few franchises that were as popular as Castlevania and are nowadays almost unknown, which is a bit sad because Castlevania, if you don't know, you follow the Belmont family who is going basically to kick Dracula's ass every centuries for fun, obviously, because fuck this motherfucker vampire. The problem is that, yeah, he comes back every 100 years, but sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. It's basically random. Dracula is basically playing reincarnation Russian roulette. And I feel like Castlevania is underutilized. Last mainline game, which was not a remake, was Order of Ecclesia in 2008 on the DS. And last game at all was in 2014, it was Lord of Shadow 2. And I wanted to pay homage to Castlevania because I love this franchise, I love the lore. The gameplay a bit less, but I love the lore and it's all that matters for a lot of people. I will have my fun because it's too, how to say it, too hot in here, sadly. Fucking summer. I don't get why people like summer and not winter. Dude, I'm cooking right now. Actually, my flesh is roasting because of the heat. I think it's like 50 degrees Celsius in my room. So basically halfway through water's boiling point. Okay, yeah, I need to fuck some dumbass. So if you don't know Castlevania, I want to talk about 3 specific episodes of the franchise that I find really interesting. Plus the Lord of Shadow games, because I only played actually the first one, and I don't remember it because I was drunk most of the gameplay. That's something that comes a lot when I talk about a game I find really mid, because I think I find them mid because I don't remember enough to have an opinion on it. But yeah, I'm going to talk about lore and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go. First game I wanted to talk about, it's mainly because it's a starting point of the next one. It's Rondo of Blood, which is one of the rare Castlevania games I never played. Rondo of Blood, where you follow Richter Belmont, which is basically the blue guy in Smash Bros. He's a pretty chill dude. He just wants his girlfriend Annette back, and she was kidnapped by Dracula. And there's also this weird stuff where she becomes a vampire herself, and she's half naked for some reasons. But it's mostly in the pachinko, so we don't care. But in mainline, she gets saved by Richter. Richter just kicks Dracula's ass, and it leads to Symphony of the Night. Basically, Symphony of the Night, you play as Alucard, which is Dracula's son. Imagine your name is basically your dad's invert. Alucard's son gonna be Dracula. It's a fucking joke made by the French version of Angry Video Game Nerd. Oh my god. But yeah, it's you just play right after Rondo of Blood. The beginning of Symphony of the Night is the end of Rondo of Blood. You start with Alucard. Alucard basically get bullied by death and lose all of his items. And so he's going to travel through the castle, through the Castlevania. I think that, if I remember well, Castlevania is the real name of Dracula's castle in this franchise. Just to kick his father's ass, basically. but like it ended up being like before the inverted castle, which like will lead you to the true ending. The end boss is Richter Belmont, who was basically mind controlled by Dracula's goons, and by goons I don't think of the gooners, sadly. But yeah, still like Dracula's stuff. I think that it's probably the best you can have as a Metroidvania. I will maybe expand one day on it. I'm not a fan of either Hollow Knight or Ori. I played a bit of Hollow Knight. Ori, I maybe played it once, but I went halfway through Hollow Knight, I think. I didn't like it. But yeah, with Another Metroid 2 remake is probably the best you can find in this genre. But my favorite are still I think that aside of Symphony of the Night, my favorite are the DS game with Soma Cruz. Because Soma Cruz, I think, is an interesting character. For some who play Dead by Daylight, you will recognize him as one of the Castlevania survivor. He's basically Dracula's reincarnation, and that's all. He's Dracula's reincarnation, so you can use the same power as him. And it's really cool because what I find paradoxal is that the best Castlevania games are when you don't play as a Belmont, which is why I think that the Lord of Shadow games are pretty mid. Basically, Lord of Shadow was a spin-off franchise. Well, not spin-off, like, it appears that they wanted to replace the Castlevania main timeline with Lord of Shadow, but it flopped because it has, like, typically 2000 aesthetic that did not work in, like, the 2010s. In the first Lord of Shadow, you follow Gabriel Belmont. Shit's happened to him, so he becomes Dracula at the end of the game. Then there's the 3DS game where you play Simon Belmont, the son of Richter, who is the son of Gabriel. And then in Lord of Shadow 2, you play as Alucard, which is in fact Trevor Belmont, who was resurrected by his own father or some shit. Like, it's really dumb. We could talk about games with overcomplicated timeline, but I don't want to. And it will be really a short episode because it's like 7 minutes. I wish everyone a great night. See you later in Raw Opinions.